Pleasant greetings to all. The prodigal child and the marks of a loser. What does the word prodigal mean? Prodigal is an adjective which can mean two things. First, spending money or resources freely and recklessly, or wastefully extravagant. Or number two, having or giving something on a lavish scale, that is, generous. This parable contains these two remarkable meanings attributed to both the son and the father. So, it's like one stone of the word prodigal to hit two birds at once. The first is seen in the prodigal son's demand for his inheritance. To demand one's inheritance before the death of one's parents was cruel. It was to rob them of their social security. The son exhibited some marks of a loser in God's life and love. We will examine these marks shortly. The second is seen in the father's welcome of his son. First, he embraces him, withholding no affection. Second, the father puts sandals on his son's feet. You know, free men wore sandals. Slaves went barefooted. Sandals removed from one's feet was a sign that he was somebody's slave. That they were restored to him was the sign that he was somebody's son. Finally, the father puts a ring on his son's finger. It was undoubtedly the family's signet ring. To possess it was to possess the power to act in the family's name. In brief, the father forgives his son totally. He too seems to be a prodigal father, that is, he is generous, in the sense of him giving welcome and forgiveness to his loser kind of a once disrespectful son on a lavish scale. So, what are our marks as a loser? First, greed. When greed motivates the heart, one carefully hides intentions. Madrama, impassioned, obsessed with rights and justice. But by their fruits you will know them. The book of Proverbs 23 verse 7 says, "For in his greed he is like a storm. Eat and drink, he says to you, though his heart is not with you. The greedy weeps for any cause." The book of Sirach tells us. The second mark of a loser is a life of dissipation. Dissipation, my dear friends, means wasteful expenditure or consumption. It means dissolute indulgence in sensual pleasure. It means intemperance, an amusement, a diversion. The book of Proverbs 21:17 says, "He who loves pleasure will suffer want. He who loves wine and perfume will not be rich." The third mark of a loser is a life of never-ending misfortunes. The book of Proverbs 13:21 says, "Misfortune pursues sinners, but the just shall be recompensed with good." Remember, a person will reap only what he sows. That is why St. Paul's encouragement is this: let us not grow tired of doing good, for in due time we shall reap our harvest if we do not give up. The fourth mark of a loser is that he lives a predominantly stormy life. That is, his life is marked by a trend of broken relationships. Laging viral trending ang heartaches niya. Laging may kasamaan ng loob, balak gumanti, madaling magkasala. His relationships are a cycle of breaking faith with spouse, siblings, friends, kamag-anak, kapitbahay. Mind you, if this always happens to you, either the world is against you or something is wrong with you. And here is a cautionary fact, losers are blind to their errors and only see the errors of others. The fifth mark is this: losers tend to have an unstable career, inconsistent work and productivity, erratic professional pursuits, and unsteady direction. Hey, grow up! Huwag kang papalit-palit ng BF or GF na parang damit. Huwag papalit-palit ng relihiyon dahil na-inlove ka sa born again, magbo-born again ka na rin. Ang babaw mo, brad. Nabigyan ka ng isang sakong bigas, mag-INC ka na rin. Mahiya-hiya ka naman sa Diyos na totoo. Huwag kang papalit-palit ng work. Pag meron ka lang hindi nagustuhan na personality, mag-resign ka na. Huwag kang papalit-palit ng best friend. Tapos, intimate ka naman sa every Tom, Dick, and Harry in town. Lahat alam na ang intimate secrets mo. Ano ka ba? You cannot become good in anything when your roots do not go deep. And this is the extreme sign of a loser. He or she is intimate with anybody or everybody. He or she is spreading herself or himself too widely yet too thinly. At ito pa, dear, feeling mo pagaan ng pagaang ang buhay mo as you grow older. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi panipis ka na ng panipis. Di mo nakilala ang sarili mo. The sixth mark of a loser is this: he or she has an annoying, bothersome presence. Alam nyo, losers brighten up a room by simply leaving it. Whenever you are around, there is discomfort, disturbance, tension, confusion, and agitation. Dumating ka lang, may nag-aaway na sa paligid mo. Dumating ka lang, may misunderstanding na among your workmates. Sa totoo lang, the people around you want to avoid you if they could and when they could. And here is another fact. One of the most terrible losers to be around is the know-it-all loser. Siya yung always having the last say on everything. Kasi feeling magaling siya. And the seventh mark of a loser is this: he or she has chronic emotional cancer of discontentment. Lagi siyang self-engaged with comparing, complaining, criticizing, and competing. O ano, kamusta ka naman? Are you a loser? Do you have any one of these marks? St. Paul reminds you, be forgiven, receive God's mercy, return to God, and be reconciled. That is from the second letter of Paul to the Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 20. Through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 23, God exhorts us, listen to my voice, walk in all the ways that I command you, so that you may prosper. Gusto mong umunlad sa buhay mo? Walk in all the ways that God has commanded us. How forgiving are we of those who have sinned against us? Losers are Satan pleasers. Winners, on the other hand, are imitators and pleasers of God. Sino ka ba sa dalawang ito, kapatid? May God bless us.